Hey everyone, welcome back to Hiruni's Cloud Log. If you have ever built a Node.js application, you probably know the struggle of the famous excuse, but it works on my machine. You send your code to a friend or push it to a server. Suddenly it crashes because of the missing dependency or a different node version. It's frustrating, right? Well, today we are going to fix that forever. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to take a simple Node.js Express app and pack it to a Docker container. By the end of this tutorial, your app will run perfectly anywhere, every single time. Let's dive right in. Alright, first thing first, we need an actual app to containerize. I have a blank folder open in VS Code. Let's open up the terminal and initialize a new node project by typing npm space init space -y. This creates our package.json file. Next, we need the Express framework. So let's run npm install express. Now let's create a file name index.js. Firstly, we import the Express package into our application. Then initialize it as a variable called app. Then defining the port number as 3000 where our server will run. In the next line, I am defining as the URL /. This is our main route. It tells app to send back the message called hello from Dockerize node. Whenever someone visits our app through the browser, this message is shown. In the next line, we are defining the console log. This starts application and tells it to listen in 3000 we defined earlier. It also logs the message to the terminal. Also, we know the server has started successfully. Let's test it locally. In the terminal, type the node space index.js. Open the web browser and type the localhost 3000. It's tied to my specific machine. Let's change that. Now comes the magic. We need to create a blueprint for our container. In the root of your project, create a new file and just name it as a Dockerfile. Then let's try this step by step. First, from node:18-alpine. This tells Docker to use a lightweight official node image as our starting point. Alpine just means the super small and fast. Secondly, type work_dir/app. This sets our working directory inside the container. It keeps things neat and organized. Now we need our dependencies. We do this by typing copy space package *.json space /. We copy these before the rest of our code so Docker can cache our installation and make future build much faster. Then we run npm install to grab all those dependencies. Once that's done, we bring in the rest of our application code with copy space dot. Almost done. We need to expose the port our app uses, so we add expose space 3000. And finally, the command to actually start the app is cmd inside the bracket and inside the double quotes node and comma and inside the double quotes type index.js. And that's it. That is your complete Docker file. Before we build, I want to share a quick pro tip. Create a file called .dockerignore. It works just like gitignore. Add node modules in there. Why? Because we want a container to install its own fresh modules inside. Rather than copying our massive local folder, it makes the build much faster and avoids weird OS conflicts. Alright, the moment of truth. Let's build this image. In your terminal, type docker build space -t space my express app space dot. The -t lets us tag it with your name, and that little dot at the end is super important. It tells Docker to look for the Dockerfile in the current folder. Hit enter and watch Docker do its thing. Awesome! The Docker image is built. Now let's run it. Type docker run -p 3000 :3000 my Express app. The -p flag maps port 3000 on our computer to port 3000 inside the container. Let's go to the browser, refresh localhost :3000, and there it is. But this time it is not running in your Mac or Windows directly. It is running inside the secure, isolated Linux container.
And just like that, you have successfully Dockerized the Node.js Express app. You can now send this image to a server or share it with your team. And it's currently to work exactly the same way. If you found this tutorial helpful, please hit that like button. It's really helped out the channel. And don't forget to subscribe Hiruni's Cloud Loop for more practical DevOps and cloud engineering tutorials every week. Drop a comment below if you have any questions. And I will see you in the next video.